Good morning. Happy Thursday. Coffee pot is not working this morning. Massive catastrophe. So, what is NLP and how can we use it? So, neurolinguistic programming, or better put, neurolinguistic conditioning, that kind of became the new term for it because programming kind of got it a bad rep in a way, because people felt like, well, if you programmed me once, then I would be programmed for the rest of my life. And so they changed the name of it from neurolinguistic programming to neurolinguistic conditioning. But essentially, we all know that we can have a trigger. We can have something happen in our life, and then, it triggers us in a certain way, positive or negative. So if you drank a certain type of alcohol that you then got sick on later that night and you didn't ever drink that alcohol ever again, well, that was a form of neurolinguistic programming. And so we can use that in order to do all kinds of really beneficial things in our life. And, we all understand what conditioning is, and NLP is just conditioning at a faster way. So let's use a specific example. So let's say you have an event in your life that triggers you in a negative way, okay? Let's say you were in a car wreck and now you're nervous driving a car, or every time you see a vehicle similar to the one that caused the wreck, it causes you to have a negative response. Your body automatically responds. You feel the adrenaline, you feel the stuff. This happens a lot with people in relationships that over time, if they fight a lot, all of a sudden, when they see the other person, they can go into that state even though they don't want to. So you can change all that. There's ways to completely change how you feel about something, and you can do it, literally in a couple of minutes. And that's called neurolinguistic programming. So let's give a quick example, and then we'll talk over the next couple of days about specific tools that you can use in order to use this idea and help yourself out. So let's take something that you really enjoy. Let's take a piece of food or whatever that you really enjoy, or an event, and close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to put the event right in front of you as you would normally see it. And if you don't visualize, then feel it. But just as you recall that event with your eyes closed, just think about that event and place it wherever you would place it physically, or feel it wherever you would feel it. If it's in front of you, if it's in the side of you, if it's moving, however it is, and just be conscious of that for a minute. When you recall that event, is it in front of you? Is it behind you? Is it moving? Is it still? Is it black and white? Is it in color? Is it bright? Is it regular in terms of its level of brightness? Is it dim? Just be conscious of that. And then once you're there, I want you to take that picture or that movie or that feeling, and we all visualize. If you think that you don't visualize, you do. It's just that the pictures move so quickly that you can't see them that quickly. It takes you a little while, but we all visualize. So I want you to take that photo or movie or feeling and put it behind you instead of in front of you. Put it behind you. And then with your eyes closed, have it go way behind you. And now have it be still and not moving. If it was moving, all of a sudden make it a freeze frame. And then have it become dull and defocused. And then make it black and white. And then have it go further away behind you, and it's dull and defocused and black and white. And as you visualize it or see it or feel it, have your feelings changed about this at all? Does it feel differently than it did before? If the answer is yes, throw it up in the chat. Throw it up in how differently it feels than it did when you first looked at it. Okay, so we don't want to stay there. So now let's take that picture or movie or feeling and let's put it in front of us. Let's put it right in front of us. And then let's make it moving as opposed to a still frame. Have it be moving. And then see it so that it's in color and make it brighter. And whatever you're seeing on the screen, if there's people, make them happy, have them smile, and put it right in front of you and make it super bright. So it doesn't hurt your eyes, but it's light and it's full and it's got vibrant colors and the people are laughing. And then step into that moment as though you're there again, experiencing it again right now. And then ask yourself, do you feel differently? Do you feel differently than you did before? If you did, throw a thumbs up, put something in the chat. That is neurolinguistic programming. And it's really that simple. And why is this effective? Because we can take the things that bother us and we can put them in the past and we can make them dim and dark and defocused. And we'll feel differently about them. And we can take things that we want or that we experienced and we can put them in front of us and we can make them bright and we can make them full of color and then we can experience them. You can do this with the future. You can do this with your goals. You can do this with how you want to feel about everything. So one of the great things about visualization is it shows your body where to go. And when you do that, you're neurolinguistic programming. You're programming yourself. So one of the things you can do today is visualize. And if you don't feel like you visualize, everybody does, but if you don't feel like you do, then feel it. Visualize your future, the perfect you, your perfect day, and trust your unconscious mind, okay? You cannot mess this up. But visualize the perfect day, the perfect you, and put it in front of you and make it bright and make it full of color, and then step into it and experience it. And feel that again and again and again and again. And then when you do that, you're conditioning your body that this is where I'm going. And that's called neurolinguistic programming. So over the next couple of days, I'll talk to you about a couple of different techniques, NLP techniques, that are super simple but super powerful. And you can do great things with in terms of changing your relationship to events, getting rid of traumas, but also then inspiring yourself in terms of where you're going. This is a great way to condition yourself so that you're teaching your unconscious mind, this is what I'm headed towards. This is the power of goals, is saying this is what I'm doing, this is specifically what I want, and getting your mind to head in that direction. Have a great Thursday, everybody. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other. Thank you very much for watching.